Hi. So, have you heard about dilution in chemistry? If you've not, stay on and watch this because this is dilution, okay? This is a question on dilution. Still stoichiometry, and let's get into it. We're trying to calculate the molarity of 10 ml of 6 molar HCl solution that has been diluted to 150 ml with water. So you had 10 ml of 6 molar before. Now you're diluting it to 150 ml with water. So here's what you're going to do. So listen, if you're smart, you're probably done with this video in the next 10 seconds because you just need to do the C1V1, that's the initial concentration and volume, equate it to C2V2, that's the final concentration and volume, and then you find what is missing there, which will be the final concentration. You do your division and you're done. Right, so if you didn't get that, then I'm going to do it like step by step and you'd eventually get it. So gather round. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're trying to get the molarity of a solution that has been diluted. So initially, there is a concentration of that solution. Let's call it C1. That's the initial concentration of the solution. It's 6 molar. Molar there is mole per dm cube. So that is your concentration. Okay. What is the initial volume of that solution you're dealing with? The initial volume is 10 milliliters. That's the initial volume. Now, the final concentration is basically what they're asking us to get here. Nobody knows. And then the final volume, well, let's think about it. They said we're trying to calculate the molarity of a 10 ml solution. So there was like 10 ml. And it is diluted to 150 ml. So the new volume of the solution became 150 ml. It was diluted to 150 ml. That means that they added in about, when you subtract, 140 ml of water. Okay, that's what the subtraction tells us. They added that amount of water and then they brought the volume of the solution to 150 ml. Alright, but what V2 here, what V2 stands for is the final volume of the solution. Okay, it's not the volume of the water added, it's the final volume of the solution. So this is very important, and that's why you're in class today. Alright, so that's the volume of the solution there, 150 ml. They said it was diluted to 150. That's what I'm looking at here. Diluted to. They said it was diluted by adding 150 ml of water. And you start thinking about it. They added 150 ml of water on top 10 ml. Okay, so they added 150 ml of water to the 10 ml. That means the new volume of the solution will be 160. Okay, but that's not what we're dealing with right now. We just said it was diluted to 150 ml, so the final volume is 150 ml. Right, so if you've gotten this, all we have to now do is to use this formula here, C1V1 equals C2V2. This is your dilution formula, and you will be using it over and over again if you're dealing with anything that has to do with dilution of normal kind of solutions in chemistry, okay? Now we're looking for the C2, so that would be C1V1 divided by V2. If I make C2 the subject of the formula, and when I plug in what I have, V1 is 10 mil, and then the V2 is 150 mil. This will take away this, and my final answer will be the molar, which will make sense because they asked me to get concentration, right? Yes, so that's what it will be. So by calculation, we should have 0.4 and the capital M there. And that is our answer. I'll see you on 58, okay? If you have any question on this, if it's not really clear, just type it in the comments, okay? I'll also be typing in the comments to reply you, okay? Thank you. Bye.